You guys know that feeling when you expected something bad to happen, but then it turns out to be nothing or is actually something good? And you were sitting there sweating bullets, worried, like, oh man, fuck. But then that wave of relief finally washes over you, and you say, whew, thank God. That feeling can describe exactly how I felt while playing this game. With so many movie studios and game studios cranking out crappy movies or cash grab sequels, it's a God sent miracle when you actually get something you want. Returning to the world of The Evil Within is a very welcome change from the summer drought of game releases it's been. Again, Sebastian Castellanos delves back into STEM, only this time to find his daughter, who he thought had died in a house fire, aided by Julie Kidman, the Mobius operative from the last game. Sebastian goes to the edge of his sanity as he traverses the horrific and disgusting landscape of the former picturesque city of Union as envisioned by Stefano Valentino and Father Theodore. While exploring, you will uncover more information on STEM, Mobius, Sebastian's past, and Kidman, as well as the current iteration of STEM, and battle monstrous entities and see a few from the past return. The gameplay is fun and keeps things rolling with a variety of missions and even side quests. Each area or level is a mini open world that lets you progress at your own pace and rewards you for actually exploring every nook and cranny with supplies and collectibles. The collectibles range from Bethesda games to files and photo slides that reveal backstories and information on characters. There are even residual memories that explain backstories as well and aid in missions by giving out information you might need to find an objective. The controls are basically the same. The crafting and upgrade system hasn't changed much, still the same gunpowder and green plant and green gel system. The major change, and thank God for this, that was implemented was no more cinematic black bars that hinder your view. You have safe houses that act as, again, safe areas, as well as mirrors that transport you to Sebastian's office and the nurse, where you can play minigames. That's right, there are minigames in the form of a Tetris type shooter and a shooting gallery, and there are different difficulties and varying levels of rewards from green gel to locker keys. Yes, the familiar calming music that plays lets you take a breather and relax is also there as well. The combat is still the same, aiming is hard and you will need to rely on sneaking around and only engaging when necessary. You'll spend a good portion making hit and run attacks or just avoiding fights altogether, which is smart since enemies will swarm you and some can catch up to you due to their seemingly unlimited stamina bar. The AI can be ruthless at times. Enemies pathing is unpredictable and may catch you off guard as you try to sneak up on them. As far as weapons go, there are several shotguns, pistols, and rifles to choose from. The crossbow makes a return as well, and the flamethrower makes an appearance too. Supplies, although they feel plentiful at times, the game will always throw something your way to drain your ammo, making you never feel quite secure in your standing and causing you to second guess where you need to spend that much needed gunpowder. The game has NPCs that give out side missions that actually help you instead of just being filler missions. Looking at you, Minutemen. The rewards are extra supplies or even weapons. The graphics are great, and at times you catch yourself just looking at all the bizarre and creative things they've come up with in this game. Enemies can vary between zombie-like people to molten zombies that will randomly catch on fire, causing you to second guess the sneak attack you want to make. Bosses also vary from the main villains to mini-bosses such as the Obscura camera monster and the Silent Hill-esque flamethrower dude. Old enemies make a return as well. I won't spoil when or where, but the Grudge Chick returns, as well as the Safehead dudes. Level design is fun and simple at the same time, and the actual levels are varied and different, from regressing back to Beacon Mental Hospital to hell-like pits, abandoned towns, Inquisitor-like medieval dungeons to literal hell-on-earth type settings. Also, not every boss fight is a fight to the death. Some are guarding an objective from the boss, and others are just plain hiding and trying to sneak past them. The story is great to play through as well, with several twists and unexpected turns. Bad guys make sense, and even NPCs make logical decisions. Bad guys are cool, and I mean, this dude, Stefano, turns all his victims into living works of art, frozen in the moment they were killed for this guy's sick art fetish. Father Theodore feels like a Silent Hill-esque incarnation, from his levels and enemies to his psychological preying on Sebastian. A very refreshing bad guy in my opinion from the psychopathic Ruvik. The story wraps up nicely and leaves some possible opening for a third game, which I wouldn't mind. The story itself is pretty long as well. It took me about 19 hours to get through the game, and that was with doing all the side missions and exploring everywhere. Before I give my final take on the game, I'd like to once again delve into the world of video game critics and their expert opinions. Although the first Evil Within wasn't a flop, we think everyone was surprised that it even has a sequel. The original was much anticipated as the first game from the new studio of Resident Evil creator Shinji Mikami, but rather than being a new milestone in the genre, it spent all its time reminding you of other, better games, primarily Mikami's own Resident Evil 4, and the earlier Silent Hill games. This sequel also adds in some semi-open world areas and The Last of Us style scavenging, but it doesn't survive that comparison very well. So after reading this rag of an article, I go and I say, well, I wonder who wrote this. And it's just this, a blank fucking picture. Can't even bother to put their face or their actual name. So, it's you could stand by your work when you can't put your name or picture by it. So, that's always nice. Look, not every fucking game needs to be a trendsetter or a bar raiser. Was the game fun and enjoyable? Yes. Did it surpass the original? Yes. Does it do anything new and amazing? No. But I wasn't expected it to, nor do I need it to. I just need it to be a fun, good follow-up to the game and a continuation of the story. Also, who puts a fucking too long didn't read in a video game review? People that play games want the nitty gritty before they buy. This person must write for Tumblerinas who fucking hate games and just want something new to complain about. Sometimes I wonder if I'm even playing or watching the same fucking movie or games. It's like they think that in order to be a good critic, they need to be negative about everything, which just isn't the goddamn case. All in all, I'd say this game is worth a buy. Although it's not a perfect game, it's an 8.5 out of 10 for me. It's a solid game and a solid sequel, and you're going to at least get 20 hours of good, fun gameplay out of it. Thanks again for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share for more content. Again, I'd like to thank all the new subscribers. If you're here for my reviews or the memes I make, I just want to say big thank you for subscribing and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.